In this video, I will describe what all the buttons do. I will show you how to know when your animation has reached at least 7 seconds. I will show you how to switch between frames. I will show you how to switch between frames quickly. I will show you how to know the current frame you're working on. I will show you how to set a foreground image. I'll show you how to use some shortcuts to perform tasks quickly. So the first button from the left is the pen button. That allows you to set your pen color and settings. The next button is the eraser button. Next is the undo and redo button. Following it is the image object button, which allows you to add image objects. The next button is the backgrounds button, which allows you to add a background. The next button is the text button, which allows you to add caption. Following that is the color picker button. This button allows you to pick a color from the canvas. When this is on, whatever color you pick from the canvas will be the color your pen will draw. The last button is the palm rejection button. When you're using any of the Samsung Galaxy Note devices, this will prevent your palm from drawing smudges while you're using the pen. If you don't have the Samsung Galaxy Note device, this will only allow you to zoom without drawing smudges on the canvas. Next, I'll show you how to quickly navigate between frames. So you do that by selecting the frames manager. Then you click on any frame you want. When you click it, it will save the current frame you're working on and then put you on the frame you just clicked. To know the current frame that you are working on this preview at the top here, that frame will have a gray background surrounding it, like this one I'm holding right now. It has a gray frame around it. That's how you know the current frame you're working on from here. Also, it says frame 42 here. When you click on these, you can know that you're working on this frame, frame 42. Next, I'll show you how to set a frame as the cover image of your cartoon. To do that, press and hold on any frame, then click set as cover. This will set the frame as the thumbnail for your cartoon when you publish it. Next, I'll show you how to quickly set a frame as a background. To do that, press and hold a frame, click use as background. That will set the frame as the background. Also, to quickly navigate to a frame, say you want to navigate to frame 48, you press 48 and that immediately takes you to frame 48. Also, if you just want to go to the first frame, press this button and that will take you to the first frame. If you want to go to the last frame, press this button and that will take you to the last frame. Next, I'll show you how to do this from the flipbook. So if you want to navigate to a frame, just swipe till you get to that frame. This can be seen as a slower way of doing it, so that's why there is this option to just enter the number of the frame you want to go to. Next, I'll show you how to remove a background. To remove a background, press and hold the backgrounds button, click remove background. The background will be gone. Next, I'll show you how to quickly add an image object. Normally, the way to add an image object is to press the image object button, then you select the object you want and it will be added. But to quickly add an image object, which is the object you used last, press and hold the image object button and the last object you used will drop into the canvas. Again, Press and hold the image object button and it will drop in. So next I'll show you how to copy a previous frame onto the next frame. To do that, press and hold the edit button, which is this one. When you press and hold it, the previous frame will be copied over to the next frame. Next, I'll show you how to set a foreground image. A foreground image is the image that shows in front of your drawing. In this case, you click this. Then when you click OK, that image will be set as your foreground. Let me show you a full example. I'm going to add a new image. Okay, so I want to use this image that I call raindrops as my foreground. I'll select foreground, then click OK. Now the image is showing in front of my drawing. I can still draw. And this will show behind my foreground. To turn off the foreground, press this button and the foreground goes off and on. Keep in mind that while you're drawing, the foreground is semi-transparent, but when you click save, the foreground will be fully visible. Next, I'll show you how to erase when you are using a non-Samsung device. So when you have a non-Galaxy device, to clear all the things on your canvas, press and hold the erase button and then click clear all. This is for non-Samsung devices. It's also good to keep in mind that all these buttons have a long click functionality. So when you're trying to figure out something that you are not seeing right away, try to long press that button and see the option that comes up. Same with all the other sections of this app. When you are looking for a functionality, press and hold that button or widget to see more options. Next, I'll show you how to know the progress of your animation, which is indicated by this circle right here. It tells you how far you are from the 7-second minimum animation time. So in this app, your animation has to be at least 7 seconds before you can add your voice to it. And this circle indicates that at all times. It tells you how far you are from 7 seconds, this circle. When it's brown, it means you are yet to reach 7 seconds. And when it's green, it means you have reached or passed 7 seconds. So, when you adjust your frames per second, that can alter your progress, because the speed of the animation can either reduce the time you've animated or increase the time you have animated. So if I take, right now it's in 13 frames per second. So if I take it back to 7 frames per second, my animation will be considered as have reached 7 seconds. That is why this turned green. At any time you can click this to know the progress of your animation. It's going to show how many more frames you need to animate before you get to 7 seconds. And with that, you should be set to be the best animator in the planet.